These are scissor slides for your pelvis. So what we're doing is making sure that we can get frontal plane movement of the pelvis. This is really important that we're able to reciprocate motion on the iliums of the pelvis, and we don't want to just go side to side and just kind of like rock back and forth while we're doing this. So what we're going to do is we are going to get in a 90-90 position. That means that we are going to have the ankles, knees, and hips all at 90 degrees, and then you're going to want to get a foam roller or something that can just kind of roll back and forth. I find that it's really helpful to do it with a prop versus just without it, because we tend to really kind of like lose a sense of where we're at without using the prop, or at least I know I do. So we're going to get here and we're going to hold this, and you're going to want to pull down on those heels. Make sure you feel that big toe mound and pinky toe mound pressing into the wall. And I want you to feel your hamstrings turn on, so the big muscles in the back of your legs, and you're going to do a slight pelvic tilt. So think about rolling your pelvis up towards your ribs. It's going to be slight, nothing pronounced, and no gripping on your butt. Now what we're going to do is just give a small exhale. Let those low ribs settle down. I don't want you to do anything where you're super gripping on your ribs or your abs, anything like that. I like to put my hands down on the floor. It just gives me a little bit more reference. Now from here, what I want to think about is, I like to think about it, instead of focusing on knees going up, I think about the backside of my pelvis coming down. So if I think about where I'm starting is like right in the middle on my sacrum, or kind of like right along the line where my tailbone would be. So I'm right in the middle. What I want to do is make sure that I can get the right side of my pelvis to come down, and then the left side is going to come up. But I don't want to shift over to the right to do that. I shouldn't like fall over to the right and then hike the left side up to make that happen. I want to be able to keep my hamstrings on board and then let that right side of my pelvis come closer towards the ground, and then the left side will come up. So I'm kind of thinking about using the inside of my right leg to just it's not a big movement, guys, okay? So you're just going to gently pull down on that right side, and you may even feel just kind of like the inside of your foot a little bit more, but make sure you didn't collapse onto the inside of foot, okay? So you're gently pulling down, and then you're gonna go back through the middle, okay? So we're not gonna just fall over to the other side. Then you're gonna go back through the middle. You should feel just like the middle of your back, and then you're gonna think about pulling that left side down. And it may be that you're like, oh gosh, I have a harder time getting the left side down and getting the right side to go up, or you may have a harder time on the right. It's totally fine either way, but you should feel that left kind of adductor as you go to pull the left side down, and then you'll notice that the right side will come up, and you're just going to slowly move through both sides. Now your goal is to keep this foam roller literally in the same spot the whole time. You don't want it swaying side to side, and you don't want your whole body moving. Literally all that's happening is one side of your pelvis is coming down, and the other side will go up, and then we come back to the middle, and then the motion reciprocates on the other side. It's a lot easier said than done. Don't get frustrated if you're like, oh man, that's like really hard for me. Everything's moving everywhere. I totally get it. It took a long time for me to be able to do it too, and I still can't do it great. We really kind of want to think about those adductors helping us out as we're moving side to side. And remember, you want to go through the middle each time. All right, those are your pelvic scissors, and hopefully that was helpful. I'll see you in the next video.